All right, second graders. Last week you learned all about partitioning different shapes, and this week you're going to be learning about making rows and columns in shapes so we can start to look at arrays and fractions and multiplication now that you're almost big third graders. All right, so partitioning into rows and columns. It says look at the squares below and partition into the numbers of rows or columns shown. So we have this little visual right here that reminds us what rows are. So rows go side to side, right? How many rows of chairs are there right here? This is one row. This is two rows. So there are two rows of chairs. We are looking at rows. And now we have to make our own rows. Something I want you to think about is how we can draw these lines to make rows. So if I want two rows, I'm going to teach you a little trick. All you have to do is draw one line. So I'm going to draw a line across, and now I have one rows and two rows. If I want to draw three rows, I need to draw two lines. Remember, our rows have to be even, so I'm going to draw 1, 2. Now I have 1, 2, 3 rows. Now, if I want to draw 4 rows, how many lines do I have to draw? Remember, if I wanted 2 rows, I draw 1 line. 3 rows, I draw 2 lines. 4 rows, I draw 3 lines. So 1, 2, 3. Sometimes when I'm drawing a lot of rows like that, I like to mark it out. So I marked it out. They seem even. So 1, 2, 3. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 rows in our square. So remember, rows go side to side. Now we have another thing we're going to look at. Let's look at columns. So if rows go side to side, what do you think columns do? If rows go side to side, columns must go up and down, right? So rows go side to side and columns go up and down. So how many columns are here? Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 columns. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add columns to our square. So if I have 2 columns, I'm going to draw 1 line down the middle. So that gives me 1, 2 columns. If I want 3 columns, I am going to draw 2 lines up and down. 1, 2. So that gives us 1, 2, 3 columns. Next, I have 4 columns. So how many lines do I want to draw? That's right, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Put them all down. 1, 2, 3. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Alrighty, boys and girls, good luck drawing your rows and columns.